Manga family, how you guys doing today? This is my chapter review of kagura bachi chapter 9. Now, my god, we have a fanboy of the main character. And so happened to be one of the most helpful allies that we need so far, so there's a pro and con from the main character, but it's convenient as hell consider who this character is. His name is Hakuri Sazumi. Now, obviously, you guys don't know yet why that's important. If you read the chapter, you do. So, anyways, let's table its name for why it's important right now. The first thing we obviously have to talk about is, my God, the cover page. The cover page of Kagurabachi is always amazing. I love the colors. My God, the colors are amazing. You see the blood, people on the body. The body's on the floor, blood all over the place, the goldfish, different colors. Man, I love this cover page. And the chapter name is Night of Darkness. Now, obviously, this makes sense concerning our fanboy here. We start the chapter off with him just talking about his life and talking about, for some reason, this guy had a praying mattress as a pet for some reason that ran away, which makes no sense why he's talking about it. He's a weird character, but I love it. He might be one of my new favorite characters in this series now. Anyways, we just see him talk about his family, which didn't make sense to me while we're paying attention to this guy, which kind of made me think he was going to be important, which he ended up being important while reading this. I was like, there's no why they're introducing the character like this, but I was like, you know what, they usually do this for a reason. But anyways, he has a weird thing with samurais and all this thing. He called his praying mattress a samurai, and then this is also a flashback to Sojo fighting the main character the first time around. So he just saw the main character kind of like sacrifice himself and absorb the lightning, so the people around him didn't die. Now, him witnessing this, because he used to talk about how he had to push through his animal running away. So he has this thing about samurai being able to persevere and push through any pain. So when he saw the main character take lightning and still push through to fight Sojo, he had respect for him and start calling him a samurai, basically. Now, obviously, we get a kind of a time frame of where we are in the story. January 11th, 18 days after Sojo death, 7 days until the Rakozoshi auction. I know I'm saying that wrong, whatever. Now, the reason I have a small theory on the Rakozoshi auction, I believe the sword is going to this character that we meet at the beginning of the chapter. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to, but not only because of who his family is, and him being the fanboy of the main character, I think if the main character is going to need allies to strong enough to help him out. Now, obviously, throughout this chapter, this guy doesn't look strong enough, but I think him having this sword, he might become strong enough to fight with the main character and be an ally. Anyways, we do see that this guy have a pure heart. He's trying to protect a little girl getting kidnapped by a bunch of gangs. He even followed them to their hideout. You see them the gang still beating him up to the point where he has heart. Don't get me wrong, he has heart. He's just trash, but he has heart. He has the heart that after he got beat up, he's still calling the gang members like scumbag and all that stuff, which he has the right, because they did try to kidnap a little girl. But the interesting thing, he tried to use in this ability ISO, which apparently fell for some reason. So this is what I mean by he's trash. But obviously, I think if they're introducing him, he's gonna become an OP character, whether it's by again the sword or him figuring out his sorcery, because who his family is and who we learn who his family is. But anyways, while he's getting his ass whipped, we see the goldfish of the main character. I love how the goldfish is the first thing you see before the main character show up and whoop everybody. But you just see the main character in the hallway. He's always pausing like in the background somewhere before you finish everybody. You just see a hallway scene of him cutting everybody down. And then you just see a scene of, they always do, every time the main character fights a group of people, you always see him with his face covered in black ink, which makes sense because he is using the ability Koro, and Koro is just basically black ink, and he's just throwing it like a long range attack, so it kind of makes sense. But anyways, after he got done with being all this, because he basically came here to look for information, because we also have another flashback of Sojo, Shiba explaining to the main character that Sojo was a lackey. Basically, he's not in charge of the auction. They just use his name to auction off the other Chantabli that they're about to auction off. But basically, both of them realize that it's probably the Hashoko, the evil organization of sorcerers. They're probably behind this. And anyways, Shiba basically said it's a waste of time to try to buy the sword or take the sword during the auction. Basically, they're gonna look after a powerful family clan called the Suzumi family. They're basically like the one of the biggest clan of the underworld. They're the one who always handle the auctions for, I guess, for these swords or something. So basically they're trying to find members of this family, but basically it's hard, which is convenient as hell that the main character kind of met a member that's a super fan of his. But anyways, we go back to them, and the main character is just trying to find information on the family, which he doesn't realize this guy he kind of protected is part of that family, but he doesn't know that yet. And we just see the guy trying to introduce himself to the main character. Basically, he said his name the first time, and when I read this, I had a pause. I was like, wait, what? He basically introduced himself. He said his name is Hakuro Suzumi. Pleased to meet you. When I read the pleased to meet you, I run back and read it again. I was like, Suzumi. Then they just talk about a powerful family of the underworld, which is crazy. And then you see the main character running away from him. And the funniest thing I seen this chapter is the main character thinking like I did, and went back and said, what did you say your name was? And he repeated his name. My name is Hokuro Suzumi. And he's like, Suzumi? And yo, and that's how the chapter ends, with basically the guy telling him, will you listen to my story? Which this is the craziest way to meet people that you need for your situation right now. But I love this new character. He's funny. He reminds me of a less annoying version of Zenitsu of Demon Slayer. And I did love Zenitsu, but sometimes I hated the way he always yelled. But I like this new character. I don't know, he's growing to me. I like his design. He's gonna be a part of a powerful family. Hopefully, thinking of this situation, I think the main character is gonna have one more person in his team, because usually they have 3-man team. Now I don't think Char is gonna be part of his team. She's too young. Shiba is too old. He's probably gonna be the teacher, so he's probably gonna need one more team member. Well, it's probably gonna be a girl, so maybe it's gonna be that girl that is sent after him. Maybe she's gonna end up joining the team. But anyways, that's my review for the chapter. I love this chapter. I love this new character. I love it. I hope he joins them. Obviously, he will do it. It's just up to the main character to not block him from joining the team. But anyways, that's my review. Do all the YouTube stuff. Subscribe, comment down below, blah, blah, blah. Manga family, we out.